Welcome back to Beyond JUCO. I'm your host, Sean Wilson. Got Z to my left, JG to my right. Today, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl, talk about some NFC quarterbacks, give us our top fives, see if Sam Darnold's in there. We're going to talk a little bit about some NFL draft prospects as well. So let's get right into it. Super Bowl, as we all know, he just got stomped out by the Seahawks. Kenneth Walker won MVP with 161 total yards, 130 rushing, 26 receiving, and Sam Darnold led the team as well with 200 yards and a touchdown as well. So, what do you guys think about the game? Overall thoughts? What do you think went wrong for the Patriots? Will Campbell left tackle thoughts? All that.
As a Patriots fan, I'll go ahead and get my L out the way.
Oh yeah. RIP.
Hard week, but can't too many say they done seen their team win a Super Bowl or lose Super Bowl in their lifetime. I done seen it a few times. So at the end
Not
of
the
the day,
loser
I'm blessed.
mentality.
At the end of the day, shut up, Sean. At the end of the day, I'm blessed. But let's talk about the game, bro. So the 3 points I had written down, because being official on the pod and everything now, the 3 points I had written down was the ball. Seattle dominated the ball all night. And I mean, like, getting turnovers. Like, turnover differential has to be the biggest stat in football, I feel like. If you can win the turnover battle consistently, it puts you in a way better situation. Because, like, we're going to talk about Darnold later on in the pod, but Sam Darnold led the league in turnovers this season. Drake May led the league in fumbles this season. Both still made it because of elite defenses. But Sam Darnold didn't turn the ball over one time this entire playoff series. The Seahawks as a team didn't turn the ball over one time this entire little playoff run. The ball's the biggest thing in sport. I think the next one I had made was Darnold's experience versus Drake May's experience. Darnold handled pressures, different rotations, different looks. Like, he handled that a lot better. I feel like Drake May kind of got stuck a few times. Like, he saw it, didn't trust it. Like, you saw Julian Love talk about after the interception. Well, before the interception, he had a PBU earlier in the game, and he came back silent. He was like, Drake May is planting his back foot, but he's waiting to see it. Like, he knows it's open, but he ain't throwing it right away. And he compared it to Stafford. He's like, Stafford would have thrown that ball already, but he's a young quarterback making young quarterback mistakes. Darnold didn't make young quarterback mistakes. Darnold played exactly how you expect the vet to play. And the last thing, the defense. Gotta shout the guys. The last 3 Super Bowl winners have been top 3 in scoring defense. Well, top 2. I still think defense wins championships. You don't go on a run like this without a great defense. The Patriots wouldn't be there. The Seahawks wouldn't be there. If the Texans would have made it, it was going to be strictly because of the defense. Leave them out there for 4 quarters. They might figure the offense out. You leave them out there because Stroud wasn't it this playoffs. Those are my 3 main points and takeaways from Super Bowl.
Yeah, so piggyback off you're saying, like talking about Maine, Darnold, experience, talking about both quarterbacks didn't really do too much in terms of numbers, but the main difference was one turned the ball over, one didn't. The main difference I feel like between the game between Seattle and the Patriots was running the ball. Kenneth Walker set
Wait,
the
they
tone early. I think he had about 5 runs with over 10 yards. I thought the Patriots were going to lead into their run game because they don't really have a true receiver run one with Stevenson and Henderson, especially because the Seahawks play a lot of nickel, but they didn't. Both teams' defenses balled out in the first half. We just saw what happened in the second half when you keep them in the game. Seattle's defense ended up making plays that needed to be made. It was a wrap.
Yeah, I want to pick out on y'all, but I'm gonna take a little bit of a different approach because growing up, coaches always talk about missed tackles and how missing a tackle affect the game. In that game, I think the Patriots defense, if my stats correct, they had 11 missed tackles. They didn't get no turnovers and nothing like that. And I feel like you can't win a game like that. If you're gonna miss tackles, you gotta find a way to make plays. You gotta find a way to be punching at the ball or taking the ball away some type of way if you're gonna miss a lot of tackles. You look at the Seahawks stats, they only had 5 missed tackles and they controlled the clock in the game with yeah, that's
Yeah.
Kenneth
He thinking
Walker.
of a Mississippi kid. He thinking of a Mississippi kid.
Game will
Going
cold
back to
though.
what you
I got
said,
respect for it.
game was nice. Going off what you said, the missed tackles. So, like, one thing I really learned, especially since I'm in college, for all you young kids listening, like, if you athletic enough or a decent athlete, if you can thud somebody up, you usually gonna make that tackle. But 90% of all missed tackles come on the approach. Like, I saw a lot of bad approaches by the Patriots tackling line. And then going to what Sean said, like, that nickel package, that Seattle run is really a 4-3 with a freakishly athletic Will backer. Eamon Wari is got a backer build. He just, that's 4 full speed, 11-3 broad, 40-inch vert. Like, But if you like, even Mike McDonald says like it's not a true 4-2-5. He's like it's a 4-3 with an athletic sandbacker. But then you got Witherspoon, you got Eamon Warren, and you got Ernest Jones. Like everybody can play. They got 6 DBs who can play at any time, and then they can dang near leave them all out there at the same time. They all willing to tackle. They'll fill up blocks. Like he built the defense he wanted. He built, I feel like, a better version of what he was trying to build with y'all with the Ravens. Honestly, if you don't mind.
Honestly, like the blueprint was there before he got there. I think our defense was better, but that's for another day. It was kind of like it was weird because the way he has his defense constructed, it like the blueprint was there before he got there. What I mean by that is, Kobe Bryant, he was a Thorpe Award winner with Sauce Gardner playing corner at Cincinnati. He's their starting safety. Julian Love, corner that got converted to safety. You have a corner slash nickel that's a crash out in Devin Witherspoon, hardest hitting corner in the league. You got another corner that's 6'4" that runs a 4.2 that used to play receiver 3-4 years ago. It's just a bunch of freakishly athletic dudes across the field, and it just made for a crazy defense for the whole season, you know? We never seen anything like it.
Why are we talking about Seattle defense? Because I know Jay Green got a take.
Yeah, I
He
do
want
have a
y'all. He want to
take.
hit y'all with, and I think it's really important because I think this one player definitely changed Seattle's defense. But Jay Green, you go ahead with your take of the day, man.
My hot take is I feel like defensive tackle or interior defensive lineman, they're the most important positions on the defensive side of the ball. And I say that because if you go back over the past few Super Bowls, starting at 2022 with the LA Rams, Aaron Donald, you had the triple team every play. You look at 2023 when the Chiefs won it. Chris Jones, you follow up the next year, Chris Jones again. And then you look at that Philadelphia Eagles defense just from last year. You got Jalen Carter, Milton Williams, who also had a great game this year, Jordan Davis. Then you look at this year's Super Bowl where you got Leonard Williams and Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy had 2 sacks on a fumble recovery. And Leonard Williams, I think he had like 6 tackles or something like that. But you got to be physical on the interior. That's the only way I feel like you can keep DBs on the field because DBs, they decent at fitting up the run, but they not great at fitting up the run. But when you got people who gonna clog up them interior gaps, that make your linebacker for play more freely, and your DB can just scrape everything up.
Yeah, I agree. Like a lot of teams, like people don't really talk about the interior D line. It's not all the glamour. But another team that's a great example of this that didn't make the Super Bowl that I think would have made it, the Broncos with Zach Allen. I forget their other D tackle's name, but he's a baller as well. They have one of the best interior D lineman combos in the game. Even the Texans D lineman, their D tackle, one of their D tackles had 2 touchdowns this year, but he was a baller as well. Sheldon Rankins, I believe his name is. But a lot of these teams,
Family
really
kid.
good teams, have good interior D linemen. Ravens, we were missing Matabike this year. He was the heart and soul of our defense, I feel like. As soon as he got hurt, it was a wrap. And that just goes for a lot of teams. So I think this year we'll see in the draft, we'll start seeing more interior D linemen get taken higher. Like McDonald from Ohio State, I think he'll be taken top 15. Just overall, we'll get more like attention to that position, like JG said.
I ain't gonna say I disagree with the take, but I'm a little biased too playing background years because I feel like it connects. The DBs, y'all know how it feels to play with a linebacker who won't talk. You know what I mean? Like there's got to be the real field generals. So I'm kind of biased, but I do see that like we had Vince Wilfork for a lot of years. Vince Wilfork was, they say he was 350. Vince Wilfork had to be 385 and taking on doubles. Like he wasn't athletic as Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald was truly 1-on-1, but if you needed somebody to 2-gap and drive, lag, or whatever you needed, like Vince Wilfork was your guy. And so I think the interior D line will see like more attention on it because how big of a like position is. Because like in the NFL is such an outside zone stretch league. Like people are too athletic, too smart, just run power and counter all day. You know, they running spinner series out of counter. They're not just truly lined up running true power. Like it's not NFL players too good for that, but stretch outside zone, like people run that. So you need guys who can move, who can get in a 2-eye, get vertical, who can get in a wide 3-tech, rush the passer. Like, so I do see the importance of the tackle. I don't know. I got to give it to the backers, man. I feel like, I mean, even Ernest Jones, them boys ball. They had a great night, like in pass coverage, in the run fits. I feel like they just bring the whole defense together. So how much they got to communicate.
Yeah.
So I'm biased.
Feel that?
I'm biased.
A little bit. We're also living in a league right now with so many different disguises and pressures where you're getting D linemen dropping back in hook zones, playing pass coverage, not just clogging the run and pass rushing. They're putting them in uncomfortable situations to mess with quarterbacks' heads. So I think that's another thing that plays into it. So I don't think we've ever really seen that like we have in the last 3 or 5 years. That's like Mike McDonald's specialty, having guys on the D line that can also drive back in coverage. Whether you're an edge guy, hybrid, or even a D tackle who'll drop you every once in a while.
League
But
changing, man.
it is. Looks like it's gonna be like really defensive oriented, which I like. I know a lot of people didn't love watching that game. They thought it was boring. I like seeing a defensive chess match we're all defensive guys, so I know we enjoyed it. So I wasn't tripping. But yeah, the league's
Being
definitely
a
going in that
quarterback at
direction.
heart.
I forgot. Yeah, he a
Yeah,
QB at
he
heart.
a quarterback at heart.
They
One
told me he
thing
was
I
a
will
Kyler
say,
Murray
speaking
top.
about that, oh, no, that's crazy. More of a
Kyler Murray
pure
got it.
runner, more of
Nah,
a
I was
pure runner
definitely. I
archetype.
was what's the kid name that was come out of Florida that one year? I can't think of his name right now. He on the
Florida?
coast.
Come on,
Anthony
Richardson.
Richardson?
Yeah, I was
Why would you want to be
AR-15,
him?
bro. Because
You don't want to
listen,
be AR-15.
listen, freak athlete playing quarterback, man. That's why I moved to safety. He should have moved his position.
Nah, backer. Okay, honestly, I feel like
Something.
DJ Ukulele, I'm probably messing up his name,
Ooh,
could have
Uncle
played on the
Lele.
offensive side of the ball.
These are
I don't
ooh,
want to
Uncle
say his
Lele
name
was
after, but
soft.
His dad's a D line guy, and his little brother about to be a first round D lineman next year. For sure
after what
could
he did
have.
at Florida State, I don't want to learn his name.
I forgot you like Florida State.
Yeah, we ain't got to talk about that on this pod. We'll talk about it later. Shout out my boy
Go
Chris
Ducks.
Jones and my boy going Florida State, going Reviles, man. Shout out my youngin. Boy just transferred to Florida State. Going Revive him. But look, bro, watch out. But one thing I will say before we move on next topic, this is something I've been noticing, and I think y'all probably picked up on too, is like NFL offenses are changing at a different level because like quarterbacks ain't being developed in systems no more. It's like I feel like the NFL offenses are taking a lot more from the college game and implementing that than they are like there's no more true I feel like 7-step drop back. There's still some pro style offenses, both experienced quarterbacks like you look at how they play dart or Hurts when they came in the league. Like it's not a lot of under centers, not a lot of pro styles, a lot of like let's get the ball out quick. Like let's put you in a system that was similar to what you used in college. Because I don't feel like kids being developed at quarterback no more. In my personal opinion, that might be a hot take, but
I think it's not so much that they're not being developed at quarterback. We have how to explain it. Defenses are getting smarter, so in turn, offensive coordinators have to get smarter. So in turn, they're taking more of the load off the quarterbacks and onto themselves. So what I mean by that, like a couple weeks ago, we were talking about who we thought was better between the Legion of Boom defense and this year's defense in Seattle. And the big thing we were talking about was like back then it was more of a chess match between quarterbacks on the field and defenses. Quarterbacks were elite processors and all that kind of stuff, making all kinds of checks and all that. And I feel like with the new OCs nowadays, whether you get your McVays, LaFleurs, Shanahan systems, they're still running their same base concepts, but everything's like so much more motion or trying to show different formations, different looks to confuse the defenses because defenses have kind of figured out a lot of things. Like we saw a lot more too high disguises since Mahomes came to the league because of how explosive he was. Since what, 2018, 2019, the explosion of disguising too high and showing different coverages out of it just kind of went through the league. So quarterbacks, it's hard to just teach, hey, catch the ball, go through this progression because nothing looks the same anymore like it used to. Like Legion of Boom used to just line up at one high. It's cover three. We know it's cover three. That's not a thing anymore. So I think kind of a little bit of both.
let's you to
Coordinators are trying to
Texas.
take it. Yeah, Texans. They're the only team that does that. Not only, sorry. There's a few other teams that do that. 49ers are another team that does that. There's like 2 or 3 other teams that kind of do a similar thing, but everything is like disguise based now. You know how it is. So I think coordinators are trying to help quarterbacks out because it's a lot harder to teach someone to read something they're showing different coverages.
Another thing too, bro, quarterbacks back then, when they come out of college, they wasn't expected to win right now. You get a quarterback out of college right now, bro, you expect to come in and win, especially if you're a day one guy. Now, the day two guys, day three guys, they're a little bit more lenient. They're like, oh, he was only a second rounder. Oh, he was only a third rounder, bro. You a first rounder, you got to come out and ball. It was like, you think about Bryce Young's situation. He came out after his first year, everybody was calling him a bust. He got to adjust to the game, bro. The kid's been a winner everywhere he been, so I don't know how you expect him to come in the league and just be a bust after one season. people remember correctly, Bryce Young didn't even start his first year at Alabama, so it still took him a year to develop while he was in college. So it's still automatically gonna take the same thing in the league where the athletes are bigger, stronger, faster, and they're more intelligent than what they are in college.
Yeah. We saw that with Darnold. When he came out the draft, everyone thought he was sorry. You gotta give guys time. We're not doing that nowadays, like you said. He used to get taken first round and still be on the bench for 2, 3 years. That's not a thing anymore. You have to play. And if you can't play and win at a high level right away, it's like toss him to the side, you know? Which is crazy.
We're gonna talk more about that because I got some stuff from Bill Parcells and some older guys who like produced a lot of quarterbacks. They were big on that. Like a lot of these quarterbacks ain't experienced. I don't like Todd Simpson coming out this year.
At all.
I don't think he's played enough. Like that's what I said. We'll talk about that more in next years. I know we're finna move on. Like actually finna move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Experience at the quarterback position in college matters a lot more to their the transition to NFL than people think. But we'll hit on that for our young quarterbacks tapped in, man. Gonna teach y'all
I
some
like
stuff.
that one. On to the next one. Next topic we got. We're going to be talking about top 5 NFC quarterbacks. Tom Donald just got his first Super Bowl ring, so there's a lot of talks going around as to is he a top 5 quarterback in the NFC? We'll go through, give you guys all 3 of our lists, critique a little bit. Z, you can go first. Let's hear your top 5.
Sure, this one was hard for me. I actually I had thought about it, and then right before we were doing the pod, I looked at it again. I was like, shoot, I don't know. NFC was deep at quarterback this year. NFC was the NFL period is loaded. Like the top half of NFL is loaded with really good quarterbacks. But then like the NFC especially, I feel like once you get into it, because I mean like dudes played out of their minds this year. But so I'm gonna start off with number 1. I gotta go Stafford. NFL MVP, 40+ touchdown season. I think 6 interceptions on the year. Probably a game. I mean, really a game or two short from getting another ring. Like if he played McDonald and his demons, I think, I mean, they
Even
beat the
that,
Patriots too.
he still went for 300 that game. Not like he did bad. He did the best versus Seahawks compared to anybody.
So I'm gonna go Stafford number 1. Number 2, just the Super Bowl win, bro. Not Stafford. Darnold turned it on when he had to. I came back. You go 14-3, win a Super Bowl. I noticed a lot of people were mad at this. There's a lot of good quarterbacks in the NFC with a lot of better numbers, but Darnold, with all the turnovers he had this season, you go on a playoff run, you win 4 straight. I got to give it to you. Like he didn't have a better season than Stafford. I still want Stafford on my team, but with all the stuff Darnold had been through as a quarterback, being a number 3 overall pick, expecting like to be this guy, for him to finally reach that later in his career, which we're gonna talk about eventually. Give Darnold number three. Was kind of this is where it got tricky for me. Like I had them 2 set in my mind, and number 3 is like because you go golf, you can go Brock Purdy, who made a little run with an injured team. You can go Jordan Love. Jordan Love had a ball here with Caleb Williams up there too. Nah, sorry. Caleb Williams.
For some reason, I haven't heard the Super Bowl winner's name yet. I haven't heard the Super Bowl MVP's name yet. You say too many names without bringing up Hurts. I don't like that.
We talking about quarterbacks.
I know, but you didn't hear none. I don't know. You named too many names without mentioning Hurts, so I was confused. He's talking about Jordan Love, y'all. He just threw 4 picks last year and gave a 20-point lead.
What, bro?
Go ahead, keep going.
Is it really? We're gonna talk about Jordan. Is it really Jordan Love's fault they lost that game?
Yeah, it is.
I'm just saying. Caleb Williams turned the ball over that game.
I don't know. You up 20 at half. What you think? When Herbert did it to the Jags, we didn't want to hear none of that.
I play defense, bro. Y'all gave us 20, bro. We up about. Come on, man, get stopped, bro. Bounce him off the field. Stay on the field.
We didn't give Herbert that excuse when he lost to the Jags. We didn't give Herbert that.
We didn't give Herbert enough excuses. Herbert been league.
Herbert and Love the same player to me. What's Love done?
Oh, that's crazy. That's the same
Hold
player.
on, son.
Jordan Love played the Eagles last year in the offseason through 4 picks. Did y'all forget?
Hold on, son. Son.
Did we forget?
We talking about this year, though.
And this year, he just gave a 20-point lead. Is that not exactly what Herbert did?
Son.
Jags gave a 20-point lead. The very next year against Houston, threw 4 picks. That's not the same 2 things.
Son.
Talk to me.
Jordan Love is a great regular season quarterback.
So what's
I don't know why he choke up. Babe. I wouldn't put him in my top 5. I got to put him at like 6, bro.
I think he's cool, though. I think he's cool. I'm not saying he's not trash or nothing like that. But I just don't see I'm hearing Jordan Love then before Jalen Hurts, and I'm like,
That
That's
is
his
crazy.
I still gotta tell you who number 3 is though. Number 3 really
Talk to
gonna
me,
piss
talk to
you
me. My
off.
fault,
Number 3 gonna make you
my
mad.
fault.
Statistically,
Tyler
and
Shuck.
Jay Green know how much it's gonna
I'll
hurt
take
me to
Tyler
say
Shutt
this.
over Love.
My dad, it's gonna hurt my dad hard to hear me say this. Dak Prescott at number 3.
I don't hate
I
it.
respect
I don't.
that.
That's not crazy
I
to
gotta
say.
put Dak. Hey,
It's
Dak
not crazy to
balls,
say that.
bro. Hey, my dad gonna hate that one. I love you, Pops, but I gotta get that boy Dak popped it this year. You gave him CD, gave him George Pickens, had a run game. Now they scored 40. They gave up 50 every week. So I mean, but number four, I'm gonna go Hurts. He ain't turned the ball out this year. I know it wasn't the outcome people wanted.
Okay, y'all. I don't hate the list. I don't hate it.
You can say he didn't show up when he needed to. A little late interception late in that 49ers game. Number 5, I gotta go with my boy Golf, man. I like Golf, bro. I like Golf. I know it didn't come out how they wanted to, but I can't put Caleb Williams up there yet. I can't put Jordan Love up there yet. I'm gonna go Golf, bro. I like Golf game, man.
Hold
So
on.
go 1 to 5 again. Just do it real
you-
fast, just so I can make
Hold
sure I'm
on.
not tripping.
But he
Go
said
ahead.
he said he gotta go golf like Jared Goff for scrub. What are we
Golf
talking
5.
about?
So golf 5.
My fault.
We got golf 5.
Stafford,
Yeah, Stafford 1.
Darnold.
Okay.
Well, I can't remember who I put number 3.
Oh Lord.
Dak. I'm
Hurts.
playing Dak.
Okay.
Then I put Hurts, and then I put Jared Goff.
Oh, because now you missing
hate it,
Jordan
but I don't love
Love.
it.
I said Love was honorable mention. I was throwing names. I said Jordan Love was honorable
He was
mention.
throwing too many names.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
You gotta get the
I
popping, man. Go ahead, Green.
I get you.
Green.
I get you. Go ahead, Green. Go ahead, get your 5 out. Go ahead.
All right. I'm with Z with Stafford number 1. Like, Stafford, that dude. Then you look at the stats this year, I think Stafford led in passing yards, passing touchdowns, and passing rating in the NFC. Like, Matthew Stafford, that guy. I'm sad that he gonna have to go pretty soon. It's about that time, man. But anyway, at number 2, it's hard. I kind of want to go. I kind of want to go Jared Goff at 2.
We gotta stop, bro. We gotta stop.
Bro, hey, Golf tapped in, bro.
The one that lost to the rookie in the playoffs last year and didn't make the playoffs this year. There's no way. The one who threw 3 picks to the Commanders.
Right, he tapped in, bro.
Yo. We gotta stop. We have to stop.
Bro, Jared Goff threw 34 touchdowns and 8 interceptions.
We talking about this year. We're talking about this year.
But I gotta look at the body of work that you put out. I'm not just going off what you did in 2025 and leaving it at that.
I'm leaving it at what you did this year.
Okay, I guess.
When it come to body of work, and don't worry, Jalen Hurts in my top 5.
Okay,
he in there.
That's fine.
But what he did this year disappointed me. He disappointed me.
That's stress everybody though. But
I get it because that boy, he changed offense coordinator. Like, he changed draws. He ain't never had the same nigga twice. Like, so I feel for him, but at the same time, bro, like, you got to be better than that, especially after what you just did.
I get you, and I'm known online for being a Hurts quote unquote hater. So I understand where you coming from. I get it.
Yeah, I feel that. But at number 3, I'm gonna put Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott an elite quarterback when he not throwing the ball to the other team. I think he forget what team he on. He just be throwing the ball, So I'll put Dak Prescott at 3. I'll put Jalen Hurts at 4. Jalen Hurts at 4.
This is nasty work.
Jalen Hurts at 4. And I'll put Caleb Williams at 5.
Oh, don't let real talk about MJC.
No Darnold.
Not let real talk about MJC.
I'm putting Caleb Williams at number 5.
Shout out to the kid, bro.
Hey, putting the kid at number 5.
Weekend. So we don't care about playoff success at all?
We're talking about this year.
He was successful.
We're talking about this year.
That's fine. And this year, people played in the playoffs. Did they not?
They did.
And last week, where Purdy at? Where Purdy? I ain't heard Purdy go yet. So it's Purdy over Hurst.
I'm not putting Purdy in my top 5. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about what Sean's saying. Sean talking about playoffs. Sean talking about playoffs.
This is my headphones fell out. I'm stressed out. Hold up, y'all. I'm back. Goodness.
Like an
1,
auto, G.
Stafford. Easy. We get it. MVP. Best. Yes, we get it.
Stafford.
2, Jaden Daniels. Dane Daniels is better than all the niggas you named. Sorry, all those people you
JD5
named.
didn't play this year.
Dane Daniels is
He
better.
didn't play.
He was
He
playing
didn't play this
with
year.
a bumbo line and Austin Eckler is starting running back and made it to the NFC Championship. What are we talking about? He beat Goff. He gave him 300 yards 4 times as a rookie.
We're talking about last season.
They dropped 50 points on the Lions.
2025
Gang.
2025.
He dropped 5-0 on the Lions. Hold up, my camera. I'm stressed out.
Sean.
We're talking about this year.
Jay Daniel,
No.
he only played.
I didn't say 2025. I said top 5 NFC quarterbacks. You made that up in your head that it was only for this year. I'm talking about right now today, who's my top 5 NFC. Dane Daniels is better than Jared Goff, who threw 4 picks against him. He gave them a 50 ball. Dak Prescott has been in the league for 10 years and has 2 playoff wins. What are we talking about? Who's the other dude you named?
Hey,
Jordan Love threw 4 picks. Oh, sorry, he wasn't in your top 5. Sorry.
No,
who else? Who better than Jay Daniels?
Purdy been to a Super Bowl. Why he
listen though.
Okay, so wait, let me get this straight. Name 3 people on Jaden Daniels' team last year. You telling me you throw Brock Purdy on that offense, on the Niners offense last year, they're not winning the Super. I mean, Jaden Daniels on that Niners offense, McCaffrey and them. Come on, gang. He was throwing to Zach Ertz and giving the ball off to Austin Eckler. Come on, bro.
Play though, Sean. So I can't give him top 5 based off like what I did.
So we go to the NFC Championship. Let me get this straight. So he go to the NFC Championship and get hurt, and he not make it. But you're gonna give the quarterback who lost to him the year before and then missed playoffs, hit him at number 2. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna go to my number 3. We're gonna put Jalen Hurts at number 3.
Nobody said we was doing overall.
Based off what
I'm thinking we was doing this year.
You're top 5. I said top 5 this year. Not this year. I'm top 5 NFC quarterbacks. Who I'm taking right now today.
I thought we was doing this year. Y'all can't be mad at me. I'm fresh out the clock. I thought we was doing this year.
Okay, I'm talking about right now today. Who you taking right now today?
Oh, yeah, JD5 definitely in my top 5.
JD, I'm taking 5. I take JD at the 2. I'm gonna go. Ooh,
you gotta go Stafford at 1.
I'm gonna go Purdy. No, I'm gonna go Purdy at the 3. Hear me out. I
gotta put Jalen on top of Purdy.
I was gonna play Hurts over him. But I genuinely think if you put Purdy on that Eagles offense last year, that he would have done the same thing. That whole playoff run, Purdy was averaging over 150 yards per game. They get to the Super Bowl. They're up 24-0, and Jalen Hurts only had 100 yards, 1 pick, 1 touchdown. All those yards that he got to get the MVP all happened in the 3rd, 4th quarter when the game was out of hand. You feel me? Purdy could have done the same thing to me, and I think he would have done better this year with the offense that they had. We saw when Purdy and him went head-to-head in the offs. So I got Purdy at my 3. I'm going to put Hurts at the 4. I got to give respect to Hurts. Hurts, I think he's kind of regressed a little bit. I think a little of that is the OC transitioning. The best Jalen Hurts we saw was that first Super Bowl when he lost to the Chiefs, I feel like, and it's just kind of been downhill since then to me. And at 5, I got to go Darnold. I don't know what's your guys' infatuation with a 10-year quarterback who's won 2 playoff games and Dak Prescott. I don't know what made y'all think he's better than Darnold. We just saw what Darnold did.
Look at Darnold's defense.
Darnold was 2 on my list.
Darnold defense gave up 400 yards last weekend. What are we talking about? He didn't get 400 yards to Stafford? Why we act like that defense was just locked down every single game ever? Darnold was the reason they won the NFC Championship.
Shanahan just said they had people calling Shanahan about how to score on them. He said, I don't know. We haven't scored a touchdown in the last 2 times we played.
Yeah, because Shanahan's team was
historic defense.
Half the Shanahan's team was on IR. What does that mean?
It's NFL, bro.
Okay, his starting receiver didn't show up to the facility the whole year. Who cares?
Let's take it back to the year that y'all played them. When it was late in the season. It was late in the season. Who? The Ravens played the Niners. It was late in the season.
And we fried them?
Yeah, okay, Mike McDonald defense. Like, what are we talking about?
No, Lamar went for 300 yards. Forget the defense.
Nigga talking about Lamar.
What was we talking about?
Didn't y'all have 4 turnovers that game? Like, y'all defense, didn't they have 4 turnovers? That's what I'm talking about. Their defense had 4 turnovers.
Yeah, like 2.
Kyle Hamilton had 2 picks.
Kyle Ham pick. We had the Kyle Ham pick in the end zone. He had 2. Pick. We had at least 3. Because Darnold came.
I think y'all had 4.
They took Purdy out the game like 3rd, 4th quarter because we were blowing him out. I remember.
I think y'all had 4.
Yeah, but I ain't got nothing to do with Darnold. Darnold was the reason they went to the Super Bowl, y'all. We can't. We not going.
5.
That's why he was number 2 for me.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. So we gonna get the quarterback who's won 2 playoff games in 10 years as compared to Darnold's last 2 years. He's had over, I think, 4,000 passing yards both years, 30 touchdowns, the most wins out of any NFC quarterback. The only reason he lost an offs last year because O-line got fried by Jared Verse and gave up 9 sacks. Not his fault. I don't know why people try to make it seem like it was his fault. We saw what happened this year when he got O-line, went to the Rams, walked in the trap, took over the trap, went to the Super Bowl, handled business. When has Dak done anything like that? He gets to the offset. He was the first person to ever lose to a 7 seed. You know that? The Cowboys were the first 2 seed to ever lose to a 7 seed.
How many points did they give up?
Well, no, but Dak had 3 picks. So what are we talking about? He didn't throw 3 picks against the Packers?
Everybody have a bad game, bro.
10 years, gang. I'm sorry. 10 years versus the guy who just won the Super Bowl and was the reason his team went to the Super Bowl.
10 years under Jerry Jones, man. That's all I got to say. I rest my case.
He could have left.
Ain't nobody.
He didn't have to sign that extension. He chose that.
You would have turned down a extension.
What Shannon Sharp say for $50 million? Where he'll go?
But he could have left or got money though. That's not like he could have. Dak could have went somewhere else and got some bread.
He wasn't gonna get no Jerry money.
Dak. I like Dak though. Like
not
you
for
feel
50
me?
mil,
I'm
bro.
not
I ain't
gonna pick Dak over
going there
people
for no amount of money,
been
bro.
doing it in the biggest stage.
Got it,
bro.
Like I'm not gonna give Goff no. Goff don't get no pass. He just threw 3 picks and missed the offs.
He wasn't getting Jerry money nowhere else.
I thought we were talking about this year.
Dak was gonna get bread. I don't know if he was gonna get 50 mil, but he was gonna get bread though.
Texas with no state taxes.
Get went to Houston.
Come on, bro.
Didn't have C.H. Stroud
50 mil in Texas hit a lot different, bro. A lot different.
Maybe you onto something. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Hey, you may be onto something.
Hey, I'm not leaving. I don't care how bad that defense is.
Yeah.
Let me get out there and throw the ball some more.
I'm not giving Dak no pads because his defense was bad this year. Because his defense ain't always been trash. We're not going to act like it just always been the sorriest defense ever. Now, the run D has always been suspect.
They run defense.
The run D always been suspect. But they had elite pass defenses for multiple years. You know, when Diggs had the 11-pick season, Deron Bland.
Sean, UAPB got an elite pass defense.
Man.
UAPB had an elite pass defense this year. When they doing stretch left, stretch right, power left, power right, that pass defense don't matter. They running that route.
Deron Bland. Hey, Trevon Diggs and Deron Bland was getting fried, barbecue chicken.
And to all views, I heard this all goes back to turnover differential. Win a turnover battle, you win games.
That's overrated. All that turnover stuff's overrated. Bro, it sound good. Like, it sound good. Okay. The Seahawks are the first team ever to not have a turnover through the playoffs. Ever. That's never happened. So, yeah, once in a lifetime thing. Congratulations. Merry Christmas. Cool.
Sure, you don't have to be salty because it didn't happen for you in Baltimore.
We get it. No. I'm so happy.
He's seeing Zay Flowers in the back of his mind right now, and Mark Andrews.
Andrews
flashing through his hair right now. It's cool, bro.
Hey,
I saw Drake May get strip sacked, throw pick, all type of stuff. It's crazy.
Hey, I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. It happens. I'm just saying, y'all love Dak Prescott and Jared Goff. The Jalen Hurts.
I don't love Dak Prescott, but I thought we were talking about this year, and I had to give him his flowers. I had to give him his flowers off this season. My bad, though.
I respect it. I'll follow. That's on me, guys. I didn't communicate the questions well enough. Going forward, we'll do a better job, so we know.
Mississippi education,
keep in context. For those 2 sorry lists that were based off this year alone, I had the real one. This nigga had Jared Goff at 2. My fault, y'all. Y'all want to move on to the next topic?
Yeah, bro.
We do. But Zion said something so funny. Zion said so funny. He talking about Mississippi education. We moving up in the world. We was just ranked 48. We ranked 47 now.
Hey,
no, I think we. No, hold on.
That's all
in all seriousnly, I think we jumped. I think we realistically did jump I thought at one point we jumped 16th though.
To what?
16th to what?
Bro, I swear, I thought I saw something on there that said we had jumped to 16th, bro.
Hey,
look it up, bro. Hold on. We'll look it up later. Bro. This ain't.
You just proving the point, dog. Fact check. We finna get to 49 after they watch this video.
They about to demote y'all tonight. We're gonna wake up the whole rankings got shifted.
Man, what?
Man. On to the next. We're gonna talk about some NFL draft prospects this year. We'll talk about our top 5 draft prospects, regardless of draft position. So not who we think's gonna go top 5 based on who has what. We know Mendoza's probably get drafted number 1. We're more so going off of actual raw talent, who we think the best players are 1 through 5. You can go first this time, JG. Go ahead.
All right, for number 1, and I'm saying this because I'm biased and I want the Saints to draft him. I'm going Jeremiah Love #1. I like that. If Jeremiah Love come to New Orleans at number 8, I'll be satisfied. But #2, I gotta give
Wait,
it
oh yeah,
to
hold up. Yeah. You want Love over Tate?
No, not even that. Hold on. So if
I
y'all
feel like
draft Jeremiah Love, what's happening to Mr. Kamara?
What
What
two
are we talking
punch.
about? What are we talking about? He's 31. Give it up. He's a backup now.
Oh,
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
oh
cool.
wow.
Hey, David Montgomery role. You come in, you get your
Yeah.
tubs.
All the good teams got 2 backs now. We just saw what
I
Kenneth
just
Walker,
want
you know
to
what
see
I'm
the
saying?
vision. I just want to see the vision. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Greg. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
And then we follow that same little thing that Detroit got going on. Good 1-2 punch at running back. You know, we got our route run at Chris Olave. I need a burner. Find me a J-Mo.
I'll get you a
Ain't too many.
big body Benz in that Cardinal Tate 6'3". I feel like
We not getting
because Olave a 4'3" guy.
We not getting Carnell Tate in the second though.
At 9?
Oh,
Or 8?
we can
9 is a
we can
cheat.
get
Not
him at
8.
8.
I'm
We
saying
can
the
get him
first
at 8.
round. He talking about second round. No, I'm talking about Tate over Love. Like, I feel like running backs be there late. Like, am I lying? Y'all can get us on the
Running
back
backs,
later on.
we
I
can.
don't know what the running back class look like outside of him and Jonah Coleman, to be honest with you.
Man,
I don't know much about the running
I
backs.
see
But
the
Love a
upside in
dog, though.
Love
I
though.
wouldn't hate it.
I see the
Love
upside,
cold.
bro.
Yeah, he's
Love my
nice.
best bet coming out. Honestly, a lot of people get mad at me for saying this. I feel like if Love came out last year, I ain't gonna say that. That's gonna be another hot take. I ain't even gonna say that, bro. I ain't gonna say that.
Watch what you say now.
I ain't
You're
gonna say
going to
that,
get some
bro.
people hot. We'll say that.
Cool,
Go ahead.
y'all
Who's
know,
your number 2?
y'all know what I'm thinking of. Y'all know what I'm thinking of.
#2, I gotta go Ruben Bain.
Okay. I like that.
And I feel like Ruben Bain because he's versatile. I think he could play on the interior and he can play on the outside. Like he one of them ones.
I got him high on my list too.
All right. And then like it was a toss up for 3 and 4. And I'm just doing this based off raw talent, like intangibles, right? I put
Scared.
Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese at 3 and 4. And then I put
You got me a little confused, just a little bit, but I don't hate it.
And I put David Bailey at 5. The edge from Texas Tech.
Tech. Yeah. He nice. How about you, Z? Talk to me.
My top 5. I promise we're gonna show the offensive players some love on here, y'all. Like, just keep tapped in with us. We got an OC coming on pretty soon. Like, y'all just bear with us. But right now, give me Caleb Downs. I think Caleb Downs is the best prospect coming out this year. And a lot of people, like, I've been seeing a lot of things saying, like, we don't see him in the middle of the field a lot. Go watch that Bama film. Watch the Bama film and save him, let him roam the middle of the field. Elite ball skills. Great hip fluidity. Like, the kid is elite. I think he's one of the better safety prospects we've seen the past few years because you can do so much with him. Now, he's not as big as Emi Ward, but Emi Ward is a 99 percentile freak. Caleb Downs can get in the box. Ohio State built a lot of packages in where he could fit downhill because they want him to be a free hitter. The kid's an elite tackler. Honestly, he wasn't the best tackler on his team. He's on my list, though. Don't worry. He's going to come up right after this one.
He not rapping roll a lot of that boy. Smack him. Y'all see what he's doing to Malachi
You
Tony?
saw Miami? Oh, my gosh. He was frying
He's
Tony.
a coach, bro.
Bro.
Caleb Downs is an elite approach guy.
I was at the Miami game. I'm in the stands. I'm seeing big 6'6" tight end, 6'5", 6'6" tight end getting bench press. I'm like, dang, who is that little dude? I see that #2 jersey. I'm like, hey, yo, bro. Hey, different. Different.
Lock arms, lock arms. You already know.
He different,
I don't know if they feed him in Columbus because my #2 prospect is also from the Ohio State University, Sonny Styles. I like Sonny. I think Sonny's game translates a lot better to NFL. So I know a lot of people want to hear Arvell Reese go high, and I think Arvell Reese is probably one of the freakiest athlete we might see come out of this class. What all stuff he can do. But I low-key see Arvell Reese having a Micah Parsons like career switch. Like when Parsons come out, everybody's like, he's gonna be an off-the-ball backer. You remember Dallas tried that with him at first, but you couldn't take him off. He was too elite off the edge, so you can move him around, have some packages with him. I don't want to say he reminds me of Isaiah Simmons because I think Isaiah Simmons was a better off-the-ball backer than Arvell Reese. but we're not talking about Arbor Reese right now. We're talking about Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles, 86 tackles going into the Natty, I think. 0 missed tackles on the year. 6'4", 243, converted safety. So you know he's going to test good at the combine. The kid's smart. Wore the green dot for 2 years. Wore the green dot for, I forgot, Jim Knowles, I think at Penn State now,
Jim
whose
knows,
defenses
yes,
are
Jim
known to
knows.
be overly complex, right? All these crazy schemes. Puts a lot of stress on the linebackers. Sonny Styles Award. Matt Patricia, Bowl winning DC. A lot of great backers came up under him. Jared Mayo, Dante Hotzer, all these guys, right? Wore the green mic again, wore the green dot again. And the kid's elite. You watch him, I mean, rangy, covers good, covers out the backfield, can run with some slots. Like, I think Sonny Styles is a true better backer than Arvo Reese, but I think Arvo Reese has a higher ceiling than Sonny
Yeah.
Styles.
But Sonny Styles came in as a safety too. And I'm gonna correct you on the stat. He missed 1 tackle. On 700 snaps, he missed 1. That's it.
That's
1 tackle.
insane.
That's crazy.
That's unheard of.
6'4", 243.
Yeah.
And
Was that 3 or 4 for you?
That was number 2 for me. That was number 2.
That was 2. That was 1. Okay,
number
1 and
3,
2. Downs and
I'm going my boy Jeremiah Love. I feel like is the best back in college football. Love's different. Love's a home run hitter. Can do everything. Elite out the backfield, catching the ball. Elite balance. I think that's one thing that kind of gets overlooked with him. Like, I think balance is I don't think people respect balance. I think it's why Tony has such a good year. Like, to be an elite with the ball, you got to have elite balance. You got to be able to run through contact. And I think Jeremiah Love is liable to score every time he touches the ball. Number 4, this one's kind of out of there, but I like this kid's game. And this is, like we said, this is not our, like, top 5 picks. This is who we feel like, I mean, can be some guys. Kenyon Sadiq out of Oregon, tight end.
Okay.
I like Sadiq's game. I think Sadiq, they got a lot of big packages this year, a lot of 12, 13 personnel, and ran it right behind him. You keep up Oregon, all they post like little mini documentaries about their games. You see a lot of times, like, if they need a big play, they're looking for 18. Kid's 6'4", 245. I think he'll run a low 4.5 to a high 4.4. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 4.4 from him.
What you think Caleb Downs gonna run in the 40?
Well, okay, so I'm a little tapped in with that pro day combine world. So a lot of y'all don't understand. So like, I ain't gonna say a lot. Y'all know y'all get it, but like for the viewers out there. So when kids go train for the pro day and combine, right? Like y'all see these times. The NFL combine time is hand time to start it, and a laser finish. Right? So that's one thing. But y'all like people don't understand too. Like these kids are being tapered to run their fastest times at pro day. I see Caleb Downs though. I don't think Caleb Downs is a 4.3 guy. I think Caleb Downs is a mid 4.4 guy. High 4.4 guy. I think he's like, I don't see him running faster than a 4.44, 4.45. Like, that's just my personal opinion. Now, he could shock me. I don't know where he's training at. Like, I know a bunch of these guys are going to be at Exos and some other places that are big facilities, but I don't know. Caleb Downs, I think the game speed is there. The burst is there. I just don't know about the top end speed. That's the only thing I'm wondering about is the top end speed. So,
I don't think
it all depends on how this process goes the next few months.
Yeah, I want to do a video on
decent run 40. Yeah, we could do that.
Bet.
What'd you say,
he doesn't have to run a crazy 40, I feel like. He gets under 4.5, he cool.
Yeah, he's good. He's a millionaire either way. Yeah.
I was asking
okay, my last
that's
one.
it.
My last one, I gotta go with the Heisman winner, bro. I like Mendoza. I think his game translates well to NFL. We kind of talked about it on the last pod. I think especially if he goes number 1 to Clint Kubiak, I think Kubiak's done a good job of Darnold, which Darnold was already experienced, but what he's been able to do, keeping Darnold out of tough situations, playing complementary football to the defense. So that now I want to give some honorable mentions because these are some kids I think don't get talked about. I like Avion Terrell out of Clemson.
It was so hard to keep him out of my top 5.
It was, yeah, I really struggled.
He's not even top 10. Like, he's going to be cold. He's going to be cold. He's not a top 10 prospect. Simply off the fact that he's
like
not
5'10", 180.
He 5'10", 5'11". He cold. He going to be cold regardless, but
he's
not a better prospect. He's nice.
Another one I had on, I already talked about Arbor Reese, but Toledo safety, the Emmanuel kid, I think that kid's
I've heard about him. I think
he can play, bro. 200, I think it's like 220 some tackles.
He's not a top 30 prospect, but he's good. I know what you're talking about though.
I think he's gonna be a steal though. I like the kid's film. And then another one was his offensive lineman, Francis. I can't pronounce the kid's last name. I'm sorry, I don't want to butcher your name, bro. But I think
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Miami.
Yeah, I think those are my honorable mentions. But I like Terrell, and I definitely like the kid from Toledo.
Yeah, that's the DB. That's the defense/DB in Utah because they're not even top 20 prospects.
Man,
Being
Terrell
real,
nice,
they're gonna
bro.
be. I think they're gonna be impact players wherever they go. They're gonna be good players. That safety's not going first round. AV will be like he'll probably go like pick 23 to the Rams. You
Oliver
feel
Reese
me?
doesn't
Where
need the
do
top 10.
Toledo be getting them fast ass DBs from? I don't know if
They
this one
got
that
another corner
fast.
too that's nice. Toledo got a
But
slot corner that's nice. I saw yesterday.
where do they be finding these DBs at?
They
I don't
recruiting.
know.
They're recruiting coach.
Then, hey,
Somewhere,
whoever their recruiting coordinator is, keep balling. Keep doing your thing, bro.
bro. Talking about somebody else that recruit just freaks. South Carolina, them boys don't win nothing. Always getting freak athletes,
They get
dog.
dudes. They get dudes.
Man, and I don't know if you remember, JG, I thought Nick Emeroy was going to be the sorriest player ever. Because one thing about South Carolina, every DB is great at man coverage, and they're all fast. That was all Emeroy showed me on tape. But he was literally like I kid you not, if y'all go back to watch his film, he was afraid to tackle. I sent it to Green. Bro,
Yeah.
him and Milrow, one-on-one, and he ducked the fade. Milrow took off 20-yard ton. I literally thought Emeroy was going to be a bust. I thought he couldn't play in the box.
We should have been doing this last year. You would have went viral off that. In my word,
Facts. I'm glad I didn't. But I think my safety list I did the whole thing. I just didn't put out. I think I did put out a YouTube video about it. I had
maybe
I
a
think I had
TikTok.
starts one.
I think I seen it on TikTok.
But I made like a full thing on YouTube, like 15 minutes. But I had like starts at my one, Starks, Watts, Maori, Makuba. And then I had Ransom in there, who's on the Panthers now. I had Ransom in there, and I had someone else. I think I had the Jet safety. What's his name? Not Fields. Malachi Moore from Bama.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had him on there too. I had them,
kid.
yeah. But I did the whole thing last year. I'll do it again this year, but let me give y'all my top 5 prospects. At my 1, I got Downs, Caleb Downs. I think Downs is the best prospect just because right now, like we saw with McDonald, I think we're in an era where we're starting to see positionless football. I think similar to what we see out of Hamilton or Derwin James, I think Downs is more unique as to the way you can move him around because he's a different body type than a Kyle Hamilton or Derwin James. He could really play slot corner if you really want him to. He could play slot corner excellent. He could play in the box excellent. And he could play through middle of the field excellent. I can't say all that is true for the other two.
He like a mix. He like a mix to me, like kind of like a Brian Branch type,
Yes.
like how he could do it all, so to speak. That I feel like I can see a lot of his game.
Yeah. He's like a bigger version. He's a souped up version of Branch, I feel like.
Yeah. Derwin worried me coming out of Florida State about how his coverage skills would because in college it's just I'm bigger and faster than you. You know what I mean? Like he could run with anybody. Like you get in the NFL with real route runners, like it's different. I think Downs does. I think like you said, move him anywhere. Like he's bigger than Witherspoon, like weight wise. You know what I mean? But we've seen Witherspoon be elite.
Witherspoon like 180 pounds, 185.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I kind of see if he gets in the right system though. Depending on what system he's drafted into. But I feel like this is a kid you alter your system around a little bit. You tweak it. Let this kid play.
Yeah. People don't understand that, especially with the safety position, bro. You got to get drafted to the right place. I come from the same place as Kalen Bullock. Played him in high school, right? My biggest thing when he was coming out of college, like I pray that he gets to the right situation because he's a center fielder. That's what he does best. He's not great at many other things, but he's a great center fielder. He's going to get the ball. You put him in position to do that, he's fine. He got drafted to a perfect spot in Houston where they already had other DBs in place like Petrie. They had Stingley already brought in Lassiter with him. They had an elite D line to where they could just sit him back there and let him play ball. Same thing, we saw the downfall of Isaiah Simmons because he got drafted to a front office in Arizona that didn't know what to do with him. They just threw him around. They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't even worry. He's a specialized guy. Even worry, he's elite at man coverage. He has elite speed. They threw him in the box, taught him how to be able to tackle, fit in the box, and now he can guard slot receivers. I mean, he already had that. He can guard all slot receivers, elite athleticism like we never seen. And McDonald knows how to use players like that. Same thing has to happen for Downs. I think if he gets put into the right place, he's going to flourish. So that's my 1. At 2, I got the Miami tackle, Francis Mauigoa. The biggest thing for this draft class, I feel like, there's not a lot of high ceiling players. There's a lot of high floor players. And Mauigoa is like the best example of that to me as an O-lineman. I think he's going to project. I don't think he's ever going to be like a top 5 tackle. I think he'll project to be a really good top 10 tackle. He's a really good zone blocker. Miami was great with their inside zone, vertical zone scheme this year, running the ball, especially in the playoffs. He's great with double teams, working up to the second level. He doesn't have the best reach. We saw that what happened with that with Will Campbell, but he's 6'6", he has size, and he has really good
I
movement
say,
skills.
but
Oh,
he's stronger than Will Campbell too. Will
yeah,
Campbell,
he's
that
stronger for
boy,
sure.
he need
Hey,
to
hey,
come
not
work
Yeah.
too
out with
much.
me.
Actually, I don't know because Will Campbell, like in terms of run blocking, he's that was his thing. He's really aggressive with run blocking. That was always where he hung his hat on. He was never a pass pro guy at LSU. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you
Not
got
going.
you got to put an
He's
all in way too much against Seattle, way too much. But that whole left side offensive line. But he's young. He's
they're both
22,
rookies.
torn ligament.
He'll
Yeah,
be
we'll be
fine.
Yeah,
good.
He'll be
We'll be
fine.
straight.
Yeah.
and then too,
So
like
Hopefully.
come on, go up by two.
he vertical pass it a lot too. Like, no, a lot of O linemen when they do their pass set, they widen themselves out a little bit. Like he
Yeah.
goes straight back, so he absorbing a lot of impact. So like, I
Yeah.
think that's something that he just be coached up on. He'll be fine.
Yeah. He gonna learn. It takes time, especially at O line. So I'll go at my two. At three and four, I have Reese and Bain. Me personally, I'll go Reese at three, but because again, like I said, right now with defenses in the NFL, we're getting a lot of crazy schemes where people are disguising guys, moving linebackers around, being able to drop them back, blitz on the edge, like with Mike McDonald, all the simulated pressures he runs. A lot of other teams do the same thing. I think Alvaro Reese will be one of the first linebackers to really benefit from that. He can blitz at he can blitz from any position. He can drop back in coverage, tackle in space. He can close space. It's like Zion was talking about, angles of approach. He's really good at that as well. So I think, again, he has to get put in the right system. But if he's put in the right place, I think he could flourish more so with Styles. Styles at my four. Styles is more of he's a lot more polished, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily like I said before, not a high ceiling, but a high floor.
Way
With
better
linebackers
backer.
a lot
Overall backer.
nowadays, first round linebackers struggle a lot. Like first round off ball linebackers usually struggle a lot in their first 2 to 3 years as of recently. That's why you don't see a lot of them taken. Patrick Queen, a guy that was taken by my team, the Ravens, he took 2 to 3 years to really develop into a solid key player. And we see that a lot with a lot of guys. I think Sonny Styles can come in, one missed tackle, like JG said, he can come in and make an impact on any team, any roster, He's gonna be a starter day one. So I have him at my four. Now five, I have Ruben Bain. Ruben Bain is I really like how he is run stopping. Like we saw in the Super Bowl with some of these DNs, these defensive linemen that can stop the run, especially interior. I think Bain can be flexed in the inside three tech if he really wants to. But like the power rush that he has, it really reminds me of like Terrell Suggs in his early days. And I can really see that translating
It's
on to
crazy
the next
cool.
level for Bain.
Boy, no
Right,
ball,
yeah.
y'all.
I'm a
Boy,
Ravens
no
fan, so
ball.
I grew up on Suggs, you know. So like Bain reminds me a lot of him coming out the draft. He doesn't have a long wingspan, so to say,
Yeah,
but he has a lot more bend that people give him credit for. He's a bigger guy. I say like a more modern comp would be like Bradley Chubb in Miami, a bigger guy. He's like what 270 over for the
Yeah, about.
Dolphins. So I think
yeah.
he's gonna
And
be
But
then
there too.
another
do you
knock on
think he
Ruben
plays
Bain too.
more? Oh, go ahead, Green. Go ahead. I'll ask my
Go
question
ahead,
next.
Greg.
Nah, I was just gonna say he don't really have no EB get off. Like I think that's what holding him back. Like he don't get off the
Yeah,
ball that good. I mean, he's still a great prospect. You get that get
yeah.
off, could be tough.
I thought that could be taught though. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I'm not a D line guy, but I feel like it's easier to teach a guy to get off from a bad get off to a decent one, as opposed
Yeah,
from decent to like elite. I think they can get into a solid get off. The rest can come.
yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up. So, one thing I learned in college, I know y'all can test this, is like, y'all think Bane is more of a edge or a true defensive end? Because there's a difference. Is he going to be in a
And
wide three? Is he going to be in that 4 or wide three a lot? Or is it going to be a true edge? Because a lot of kids don't know the difference. You know what I mean? They
yeah,
think defense
Well,
is defense end. But in
what I think
college, it
is
matters. It's two different builds, two different like physical
yeah,
attributes, I should say.
what I think is if you limit him to one or the other, you'll be taken away from his value. Because what I feel like is, on first down, second down, yeah, it's cool for to have him on the outside. But third down, you need to bring your pass rushers in, just slide him over a gap, bro. Don't take him off the field. Cause he
yeah,
got it too high of a motor for you to take him off the field on third down. So yeah, you move to
yeah,
the inside. He's still big enough for the play in there. He got good bend, so stunt, run your leg touch, your stunt, ton stunts, whatever you want to run. But like, I just can't see no taking him out the field. I can't see NFL defensive coordinator limited to, oh, you're only playing on the edge, or oh, you're only playing interior.
I just had a eureka moment. So I don't know if you guys remember Michael Williams came out the draft last year, first round pick for the Niners, edge from Georgia, right? What the Niners did with him early in this season before he got hurt, believe he tore his ACL or something. On third down, they would move him inside because they saw potential for him as an interior pass rusher, and they would have Bosa on the outside, right? Bring in their edge rushers, pin their ears back, and do their thing. Because Salah doesn't like to bring a lot of pressure. He likes to do a lot of 4-man rushes, do stunts and stuff of that nature. The Titans have, I believe, the number 4 or 5 pick, and Salah's over there in Tennessee. With Jeffrey Simmons, I could see Bane over there with Jeffrey Simmons really getting busy. I don't know. That'd be nice to me
I've been
if they
seeing a
were to
lot of
go
guys
that
put
route.
Arvell right there. I've been seeing a lot of guys put Reese right there.
I
Just
can
because
see
of what
that
you can
too.
do.
If they want to go edge, because Simmons is
Yeah.
already an inside guy. So if you want an edge guy,
He
Yeah.
older though. He older. He
Yeah.
on his way. He looking on his way. I was gonna ask you that because that's when me and Jay Green got into college. I think it was. I'll never forget this in the dorms. Talking about JUCO, we in the dorms and this argument. Vaughn, Q, like these some of the loudest people you will ever hear argue. But shout out to them guys. They getting this massive argument like 1 o'clock in the morning. Is Will Anderson a edge, a 4-eye? Like, is he an edge or a defensive end, or is he a true linebacker?
Yeah, I remember that.
This argument lasted for an hour and a half, bro. Like
No,
everybody
see,
out their room,
it was
everybody
longer
up.
than that. 3 a.m. I think that was still arguing, bro. I don't
It
know
was a
exactly
long
what
night.
time they started, but I know at 3 a.m. they was still arguing. And Sean, bro, this at the end of the hall. Everybody know, okay, if you went to Northwest, you know Gainey, bro. I was in the first door, like upstairs, first door to the right. Them boys is down the hall. It felt like they right outside my door. I
They
open the
was
door, I'm
loud, bro. They
looking.
just,
I'm
yeah,
like,
they was loud.
where? I still don't know where they at, bro. The hallway empty. They in a room that loud, bro. Like, it was bad.
That's
We're gonna
crazy.
start talking some more JUCO stuff for y'all, bro, because
Yeah.
I know Sean played in Cali JUCO. I know the MAC a little different.
Hey, Sure, we got
we
some
gonna talk
funny
about it some
JUCO
more.
stories, bro.
We're gonna talk
Telling me.
about it. So
It's
that's one
off
thing.
season,
Like,
so
yeah, we got time.
we got time.
Y'all stay tuned. We
Facts.
got time.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Zion, we're gonna have to get Zoo Tampa on here.
Zoo Tampa, hey, my boy at North Texas now, man. Hey, Mean Green. Hey, the
Texas,
Villa.
okay.
Hey, shout out Zoo Tampa. Long Little Crew. All my Tampa kids tapped in. My boy Chuck. Hey, hey, we got
It's gonna be
got
funny.
homeboys everywhere, bro.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
We gonna
Yeah,
get some of these
man.
pro day guys in here too soon. We got some pro day guys. We got some lined up for y'all. We
Yeah.
got some stuff, man.
Yeah. We gonna get right for sure. We're gonna have to talk some combine stuff too over the next couple episodes. Combine, I think it's in 2 weeks, right? So we're gonna have to
Yeah,
talk
I
a
got
little bit about that for sure.
So like that. We got a coach coming on next week.
Yes, sir.
And then after that, bro, I'm gonna have to get Grave Digger on, bro. Grave Digger asked me like 3-4 times, bro.
Turns. Shout out Grave. We gotta get Grave on here, man. Yeah.
Hey,
I
bro,
don't know, but
I just seen the night. He like, you green, but we gonna put me on the pod. I'm ready. I like, Grave, we gonna get you on, bro. I promise. Like, you
gonna
can
get
ask me
Grave on for sure.
anything. I like PG-13,
Anything.
Grave. I mean, not
Bro.
PG-13, rated E, Grave. This for everybody right here, man.
Yeah. Cause you let him get to talking, man. It'll
it's
turn
gonna
to a whole
depend on
new
the guest,
vibe.
bro. It's gonna depend on the guest, bro. Cause I know it's like the villa might say something, we gonna see,
Put
bro.
some parental
Y'all stay tuned.
restrictions on some of these bids, man.
Yeah, for sure. Stay tuned. Oh,
We
yeah,
gonna-
Sean. Last video, you forgot to tell them to like, comment, and subscribe, bro.
My fault, y'all. That's on me. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? This is Beyond JUCO. Sean Wilson. We got Green, D. We out of here.